Hi, it's me again with laser tips and tricks. A couple of weeks ago, I offered this on my Corel Draw page. This set of files. This is the most popular one. I did 13 of these today. They're real popular for giving out for loved ones. And somebody contacted me and said, "How do you sand those without them breaking?" First of all, you want to use plywood, eighth-inch plywood. Eighth-inch plywood is a lot stronger than eighth-inch wood because of all the fibers. There's the 13 I did today. And how I sand them, I did this about 6 years ago. I cut one of them out, and then I cut a rectangle with even rounded corners so it wouldn't be sharp. And I sanded with it in place probably 100 crosses on this one board. So you don't really have to do that once. And it only gets better because every time you sand it, the outline sands, because you've sanded it so many times, it's going to be a little bit thinner than your cross itself. So when you're sanding, you're more so on the cross, and it won't let these little pieces break because the outside's holding it. Now with my particular cross, it's not symmetrical because the word is not symmetrical. So you actually have to turn the wood over when you turn this to get it to fill in there and sand it. And then I always spray them. And there's my table set up with some spray. I use wax paper, put some weights down so it won't blow. And I use Watco Crystal Clear. I use satin, but that's preference. And I spray the back first, and then I let them dry, and then I turn them over and spray the front, and then they're good to go. The varnish is going to, the lacquer is going to help it uh, last longer, won't show fingerprints or dirt, and it actually makes it just a hair stronger because it's a bonding type agent. And so if you didn't get that file previously, email me and tell me what version of Corel you have, and I'll send you this file. And I'll just say this in a little, this one I really, really like. It takes a little more time, but it's a picture inside of a picture. And let's see what my nudge factor is. Let's make our nudge factor about 8 inches. Let's go ahead and put it in the laser bed. Let's just delete these. But your file will have all those. And what I do, so it's CorelDrawHelpDoug@gmail.com. What I do is I click on that and I move it out of the way. And then I take my text and I move it out of the way. And then I'm going to group all this together just in case it's not. I'm going to nudge it out of the way. Now, after I get all my text in, I'm going to put it back, and I am going to engrave this really hard, really deep, and you're going to put, the person's name up there. Use the same font if you want, or change my fonts. I put the name like right in here, and I'm going to engrave this at 100 power and 50 speed. Go really deep, and then cut it out. And I actually take like little pieces of blue tape and tape the wood down to remind me not to move it. Then I take a piece of double-sided, turn the tape upside down and pull this out. Take it over and sand it. I use a mat for sanding. It keeps it from shaking on the ground. This is like a drawer mat to put in a kitchen drawer. They sell them at woodworking stores for routering. It keeps it from sliding around. But I'm going to sand it on both sides. And then I'm going to blow it off, with compressed air, get all the sawdust off. And what's so neat about it, then I'm going to take all this and nudge it out of the way. And I'm going to nudge this picture back. And right here it has, so I ran the names at 600 dots per inch, 50 speed, 100 power. But then I'm going to run the face at only 400 dots per inch at 70 speed at 100 power. And what that does, it just lightly engraves that face on that cross, and you will be amazed. Now, this cross takes a little more time to make than the Amazing Grace cross, because this is a lot of engraving. But it really, if you're only going to get about, somebody's mother or father died, and you're going to give about two, I give one of each to the people. Anyway, I hope that helped a little bit, and thank you for watching.